What's up, everybody? It's me, 2econd2tage, and today I'm focusing a little bit more on the Commodore 64 because I recently haven't made that much videos about it as I've made, my earlier days here on YouTube, and this time with something completely different. I'm talking about, my favorite tunes for the Commodore 64, and I'm telling you right now. The Commodore 64 may not be, the most popular computer for games around the world. The Commodore 64 wasn't that popular, in the United States or in Japan. But here in Europe, it was pretty popular, and we had a lot of awesome, composers that made awesome tunes for, Commodore 64 games, like Martin Galway, Gerontel, Ben Daglish, Chris Hulsbeck, of course, the Maniacs of Noise. If you are into Commodore 64, you will know them, and amongst many others. And tunes they made are just awesome, and even nowadays I like to listen to them a lot. Hell, I even remember as I was a kid, I've mainly loaded a game just because of the music. I've even recorded some stuff on audio cassette and listened to them over and over again. That's how awesome they were. And today I'm gonna play some of those. Keep in mind, I just try to play, some little samples of it, like 1-2 minutes long, because some of the songs are very long. I've told it now, they go for like 10 minutes. So, but they will pretty much show you, what the songs are about. And I think it pretty much started in 1985 when Commodore 64 music became more better, improved, and they try to experiment with a lot of, tunes, It's just amazing. I think I'll stop talking at this point. I will just show you, the games, and of course I will play the music for it, and hope you will enjoy it as well. The gameplay itself seems pretty slow, but man, is this music awesome. I mean, seriously. This game came out in 1989, the same year the movie came out, and they pretty much mastered, the music on the Commodore 64. And what I also noticed is that a lot of, of the early Batman games had awesome music. We had the NES Batman, which music was awesome, and Batman Returns, and many, many others with awesome music. And I mean, you listen to it. The beginning, for instance, when it starts. I mean, this is intense, people. The strange part was at first, as it starts to do this, sounds more Western tuned in my opinion. I don't know what you think about it, but I mean the rest of the song is still awesome. It's also one of my favorite songs in the entire game. This may shock some of you, but to be honest, I'm not a big fan of the actual game, Rambo First Blood Part 2. In my opinion, it's way too easy. You can beat this game less than in half an hour, and it doesn't have that much replay value, in my opinion. But what I always liked about this game was the music. It's seriously epic, and this was just the tune from the title screen. Later on in the game, there are a lot of other awesome tunes, also some variations from the movie. Martin Galloway did a very good job for that, and keep in mind, this game, along with the music, came out in late 1985. Okay? So, kudos to Ocean and Martin Galloway. This, if the game would be a little bit better, I would say even much more awesome, epic awesomeness. But the soundtrack itself, it's seriously worth, loading the game once in a while. Isn't it awesome that when you are on the title screen in Robocop for the Commodore 64 and you're pressing fire, and then you hear, Robocop, in an awesome digitized voice, and then this awesome tune starting. Bow, 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 bow. I mean, this song is fucking badass, people. I tell you right now. This game came out in 1989, like, Batman the movie, and it's just an outstanding piece by Jonathan Dunn. You may be thinking that I'm mainly focusing on, Ocean Software games, but you're wrong with that. Because in part 2 I'm focusing on a lot of other, tunes from games from other developers. So stay tuned for part 2. Until then, see you soon.